Hello and welcome to the God is a Geek video review of the Jetstream Sam DLC for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. A prequel of sorts to Metal Gear Rising's main story, this DLC focuses around one of the game's main antagonists, Jetstream Sam, with the intention of explaining how he ends up working with Desperado, the paramilitary corporation that rivals Maverick, the outfit that Raiden is assigned to. What this boils down to essentially is one extra long mission that takes you through a whistle-stop tour of Revengeance's locales, most of which you have already seen when playing through the main story with Raiden. This time however, you get to play as Jetstream Sam himself, that cocky yet ultimately charming Brazilian cyborg. Compared to Raiden, Sam feels noticeably slower with his sword swipes and isn't able to equip secondary weapons. To counter this, he has the ability to evade attacks by rolling and can also double jump to reach higher ledges than Raiden ever could, and in addition he has a few charge attacks known as quick draws that really bring the hurt to opponents. Playing through this DLC involved a less aggressive style of play compared to Raiden, and careful use of parries, dodges and quick draws are certainly the order of the day here. Sadly, other than a few added cutscenes and dialogue, this DLC amounts to nothing more than an overwhelming sense of deja vu. For your £8 or 800 Microsoft points, you'll get about an hour and a half of rehashed enemies and environments taken directly from the main game. Now this wouldn't be a problem if it offered some sort of narrative carrot on a stick, but this DLC's story lacks any sort of gravitas or excitement, which means that fans of Metal Gear who love the saga might once again be disappointed with this. It's a letdown considering Jetstream Sam is one of the few interesting characters in Revengeance. On the flip side though, this is a Platinum Games joint, which means those who like to challenge themselves and push their gaming ability may find slightly more enjoyment here. This DLC is noticeably tougher than the main Revengeance game, and even on normal you'll be caught off guard with a few game overs here and there. Achievements or trophies are there to be earned, awarded by finishing the DLC, finishing it again in under an hour on the game's Revengeance difficulty, defeating the content's final boss on hard difficulty or above without taking damage, and using Sam's quick draw ability to defeat 100 enemies. This DLC also adds 5 new VR missions that can be found as you go through this content. With Jetstream Sam playing so differently to Raiden, it should have made for a great piece of DLC, but unfortunately for the price you pay there just isn't enough new content to justify the purchase, and unless you fancy a challenge or the price of this DLC is reduced, it's hard to recommend this DLC for anyone other than Revengeance hardcore. Don't get me wrong, Revengeance is a brilliant game and so much fun, but I just expected to see some different levels and enemies from this content.